Shouldn't take too long. I'm pretty good at this. It's hurry up and wait, right? I've been preparing, and now I think I am somewhat ready. Plug this guy in. Okay, let me just check the microphone. Ambient. Okay, we should be live and good, and I am unable to fix my hat in front of the camera because everything's backwards. Excuse my informal attire. This is the way I like to dress when I'm home. Daniela has some kind of joke. It's where's Waldo, right? Where's Waldo? She says, where's Ellie? Apparently, this shirt is from some kind of movie that she watched.
No?
It's a cartoon?
Front picture, I don't know.
Okay, she says cartoon or something. Anyway, a lot is happening. I'm sorry that I'm.
Here.
Thank you. I'm sorry that I'm late and that my microphone wasn't set up ahead of time. But hey, Sharon, the party queen, Sarah Zam, good to see you guys. This is we are in the middle of a monumental event after event. It is just so happening. Hope you're enjoying your evening. I am. We did some. We went to town today. Got a lot of things done, but we forgot to bring our gas tank to get it refilled, so I'll have to go again. Hey, Wade. He says hello, Daniela. So yeah, everything. I'm just. I mean, in terms of the news, just another reminder: collective to hit the like button. Thanks, Wade. The Iranian Revolution, what's going on in Venezuela, what's going to happen in Cuba, what is happening in Greenland, in Canada. The creepazoid parasites are going down fast. The banks are going down. XRP still refuses to rise. I don't know. I don't know why. And there are all kinds of really what I would call scammers, talking about how Bitcoin is about to go, it's just like, and maybe it will, I don't know. But I think we're returning to a world where things make sense. President Trump makes perfect sense to me. Taking Greenland, knowing, I saw this report yesterday that says there's a mile-long spaceship under the ice in Greenland that's responsible for the weather patterns. I mean, we have no idea what this is all about. You're still up amazing. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm so late. I try to be prompt. XRP tied to the RV. I guess so. I guess everything has to kind of go at once. The timing is tight. So yeah, I'm still up amazing. Sharon, the party queen. Come on, you're a party queen. You should be up late, right? I finally found you. Hey, Cindy Munoz. XRP tied to the RV. Yeah. So we don't really know the timing. It seems as though we're very close to martial law in that the Insurrection Act could be called in at any time. Yeah, I'm not sure. It seems that okay. I saw a clip. Let's just go straight to the clips. U.S. forces are conducting strikes against ISIS targets in Syria, according to officials. No further details on scale, location, or casualties have been released yet. This is an interesting post from SGN. If you think Americans are angry now about healthcare and social services fraud, you haven't seen anything yet. Wait until the trillions of dollars of fraud and embezzlement in the U.S. housing, land, and real estate market by way of fraudulent mortgage insurance, under the table bond trading, and debt trading using bundled, fraudulently originated debt instruments comes out. Trillions with a T. So that's really interesting. Okay, I'm gonna quit sharing. I'm gonna go back to the thought stream. Okay, let's go here. Right here. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's go back. The last president. Major alert. The White House in Washington, D.C. has just turned all yellow, signifying the start of the golden age. Okay, that's amazing. Same source that told me we would be going to war just a week before 47 plucked Maduro out of the nation, out of his nation, just told me this. The next 2 weeks will bring indictments and arrests for former Dominion voting system employees and state and federal sitting and former representative leadership across the nation. I pray that God protects those seeking to free the people from the state by state treason, which has occurred. This will mean no machines, no mail in ballots, in person voting with an ID, and undoing of the massive amount of fraud, grift, and theft against the American people. Let my people go. That's pretty interesting. And this is perhaps the most mind-boggling thing that I've seen. And that is, we saw this before, but the US Department of Labor's official account is Q posting again. This is not debatable now. If you like it, cool. If you don't like it, too bad. It's happening. So the US Department of Labor put out a communication saying, hold the line. Our nation is worth fighting for. And there was an additional thing. It goes to a Q post where it says, hold the line, justice is coming. I believe that's the Q post. Persians are not Arabs, and Iran not a Muslim country. They were conquered by Islam. And really, people need to understand. Okay, I'm going to go back to this. People need, in my opinion, need to understand, especially, well, across all communities, that Islam is just one of the miserable faces of this intelligence operation led by the CIA, FBI, the Nazis, reconstituted through the paperclip, the Operation Paperclip. That the Nazi movement, the Eichmanns, the Dr. Mengeles, just I don't know about Eichmann in particular, but I'm just saying, in general, all the Nazi scientists received positions in the United States. And this is all an underground operation, including radical Islam. They radicalized, they took like the most radical elements of Islam. I'm not saying that Islam has any standing whatsoever. I mean, from what I understand of Islam, it doesn't look good. Well, certainly the Persians did not have a good experience under these tyrannical religious fanatics. But I think that and this is a point that I've been making for many years, that people need to understand, yes, Islam, radical Islam, is a tyrannical force that we do not need anymore. It cannot exist in a state of freedom, in a state of divine law, in a state of where we are following the Constitution, where we are a republic. But behind Islam, I'm not giving Islam a pass. I mean, these guys are barbarians. Is this deep state parasitic force there's a woman online, a very intelligent woman, who's constantly talking about how it's the English system, that this is a that behind everything is the British. Yes, it is the British, but it's, in my opinion, very important that people understand it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop with the City of London. It doesn't stop with the Vatican. It doesn't, these are the three cities. It doesn't stop with Washington, D.C. It goes much deeper. It's much more horrific when you really analyze. And it could be that many people will never come to understand this, but it is fundamental to understand who the enemy really is. If you're at war and you think the enemy is the British or the Germans or any country, the Chinese even, or Russia, although on the surface politically Trump is doing a marvelous job of neutralizing all these forces that have opposed the shining light of civilization, which is the United States of America. For America, whatever. It is the Republic. This is a rabbi told me this years ago. He says the Bill of Rights and the Constitution are divinely inspired. A rabbi told me that, a rabbi I'm very fond of. But he said this is divine. This is not, a casual thing. But people need to understand that the enemy is not China, is not Russia, it is not Islam. It is. I mean, it is the liberals. It is, but these are just the trick that the enemy plays is in making you think that all these forces are separate. The libs can't be in line with radical Islam. That goes against everything. But they are. The fact of the matter is they are. There were parts of the Israeli government, from what I understand, parts of Mossad, that were part of this intelligence operation that is way deeper, way bigger than any country, any political organization. It is the Satan, in my view, it is the Satanists, it is the reptilians, it is the Nebu Grays, it is the agreement that was signed that activated Majestic 12. This goes way deeper. And I think that it's a mistake until, and it could be that, like Q says, the ending is not for everyone. Not everyone will understand, like what Brian Cates calls it, a transnational criminal cartel. It's a satanic, parasitic force. What it is exactly, and the head of the snake exactly, you could say it's Satan himself. What does that mean? I don't really know. But I think at some point we will find out what the head of the snake is. Is it the reptilians? Is it the Nebu Grays? Is it Satan himself? Enki and Enlil, as Ishmael Peres sometimes says. We will find out. But in my view, and I've made this view, I hope I'm not like, boring people that have been on this channel a long time. We must understand. Now, this does not minimize what's going on in Persia. This is a fight against radical Islam. This is a fight against Islam itself. They do not want to be Islamic. They are Persians. They come from a very ancient civilization, an incredible civilization, a very, like, probably the original civilization on the planet. Very well could be, at least in a lot of Jewish sources, they talk about Persia and Rome and Egypt. But it's a mistake to think that we are fighting Well, it looked. I mean, this just shows you the false nature of the face of evil. We thought the Iran. I mean, I thought the Iranian people were radically inclined to love Islam. They are not. They hate Islam. They were conquered by this evil force in 1979, which I remember very well, about the hostage crisis and all this other stuff. Jimmy Carter, another, like, you think he's just like a dumb schmuck. I mean, excuse my language, but he was like, I think he was a 33-degree Mason. They're all in it together. These are all satanic organizations behind the presidents. You might think it was the Bush family. The Bush family are just another line of puppets. You guys, I think everyone here gets that. I don't. I think I'm singing to the choir, but the rest of the world does not get it. I can tell by what I see on X. People don't get it, and people are still clamoring around the events of the day as if this is really the important thing. To me, the important thing is recognizing that the enemy is evil itself. You call it Satan, you call it the Nazis, you call it the demons. The Democrats are just the puppets. And as Q says, focus, focus, ascension. Ascension meaning that we claim our sovereignty, we cast off the prison of the matrix, this whole creation. Just push it aside. That's what I was kind of wailing about that last night. There was somebody came out. I don't know if he was a bot or not, but he said my car was repossessed and they're going to charge me more money. And I'm just like, screw it. You don't have to play their game. If you play their game, you're going to lose. If you walk into a casino, I mean, I know this because I'm in close proximity to Las Vegas. If you walk into a casino, th- you're playing with their rules. So if you want to leave the matrix, you can't comply. You can't you can't pay your taxes and believe in your insurance policy, and in my opinion, and do all that kind of stuff, and say, I'm waiting for the matrix to collapse so I'll be free. You will never be free, because you still have a slave mentality. You and I'm not saying I'm on a higher level in this case. I have to lose. I have to let go of my slave mentality in order to be free. Nobody else can do that for me. No one, President Trump is not going to wave a magic wand and suddenly I will be a sovereign person. I'll stand up for myself. I'll say like this to the Matrix. That's not going to happen. It has to come from inside. That's why my philosophy is become an investor, because it empowers you. It makes you a player. It's part of the ascension thing. I don't believe that ascension means, I'm saying this, but for years I've thought to myself, I don't like the people, the the holy people that just live on the mountain, and yet here I am living on the mountain. So I'm a bit hypocritical maybe in that respect, but to be enlightened in my estimation, and I'm not saying that I'm enlightened or anything like that, means that you were somewhat detached from the emotional back and forth that all these news stories represent. That you don't get sucked at, like, oh my gosh, Iran is having a revolution. It's just not. you have a sense of detachment. You have a sense of who you are, what your purpose is, and you take the necessary action to manifest that purpose. It's simple. So I've been saying this for years. Do I have millions of followers? No. Do a lot of people understand what I'm talking about? I don't think so. I mean, based on my videos and everything else, people don't get it yet. They still think something is happening out there. I had a guru, Shankar in Nashville, Tennessee. I don't know what he's up to these days. I haven't contacted him in years, except once in a while I'll have a dream with him. But he, you know, I've told this story before, but I said to my guru, I called him Guru Dev back in the day. I said, Guru Dev, you and I are on the path. What about the others? And he went like this, others? Meaning it's an inside job. Okay, so anyway, I'm singing to the choir. I know you guys get that. Okay, I'm going to go back to the thought stream in a moment, but I'm surprised I'm saying this again. I just want to give a shout out, a public shout out to the brave Iranian men and women on the street. This is a reversal that I had no idea was coming. This is shocking. This is like in the Wizard of Oz. Isn't there a scene in the Wizard of Oz where the monkeys like after the witch is killed, the monkeys come to Dorothy and say, "Hey man, thanks for killing that bitch. We're free now." We all thought they were the enemy. Iran, the CIA operation called Iran, the deep state operation, the parasitic operation, the demonic satanic force that is responsible for really most of the terrorism on the planet. They've just been neutered. Not even better than that. They've just come out and they're stomping on the head of the snake. I have nothing but respect for my Iranian brothers and sisters. I wish in America we had that kind of spirit, that we could just say, screw you guys. We're done. We're done with this. We're done with your credit cards. We're done with your insurance fraud. Like Espionage is saying, when people come out and see trillions of dollars have been stolen from us in the name of like, wow, this is a politician who knows what's going on. This is my investment advisor. He's a professional, like Wade says. He's a professional. My doctor. My doctor's he went to school for all these years. He knows what's going on. Yeah, he knows what's going on. Is he thinking about making sure you're going to be healthy forever? I don't know. It doesn't sound like it. But the whole the Trump is pulling down the matrix at an amazing speed that it's totally blowing my mind. He's going to take over Canada. Canada's, I guess, run by the British. He's just gonna take it, and they're gonna be the Canadians are gonna be very happy. The people of the world. This is my frustration as a kind of recovering Orthodox Jew is that, like, the people in my community are waiting for Mashiach. They're waiting for the Geula Shlema. They're waiting for liberation. I don't get it. I mean, it's like that joke they tell about the guy who was on his rooftop. He was about to drown. He calls out to God and he says, "Save me." So a motorboat goes by and he says, "No, I'm waiting for God." A helicopter goes by. I can't. I'm waiting for God. And finally, he drowns and he goes to heaven. And God says, "Yeah, no, what happened?" He says, "Well, I was waiting for you to save me." Well, and God says, "Well, I sent the motorboat, I sent the helicopter, I sent, and y- so in my community, in the Christian community, in the Muslim, whatever's left of the Muslim community, if you're still waiting for your guy to come and save you, I mean, does it get any clearer than this? President Trump is turning the world on its head. He's shaking out the evil ones. He and Elon, I mean, Elon's, Elon 2.2. It doesn't matter. But this is the liberation of mankind. This is Gelul Shlema. This is this is Mashiach. This is Jesus. This is the Mahdi. He just happens to be like a slightly overweight, rich dude who's a very successful businessman. This is the liberation of mankind, plain and simple. If you're thinking to yourself, well, I'm still waiting for Jesus, I'm still waiting for Mashiach, I'm still waiting for the Mahdi, you'll be waiting for the rest of eternity. You'll never see what's right in front of your face. Greenland, Canada, Venezuela, Cuba, Russia, China are now crumbling under the. Now, is it actually President Trump doing all this? This is an operation. This is a military operation. Is this the coming of Mashiach? I don't know what else. What do you need? You need a guy coming out with a little badge on his face saying, "I am the one. I have come to save the world." What do you need a little badge? You need a card. He's got to have a card in his wallet that says, "I am the Messiah." This is the complete liberation of mankind. Freedom is ours. It's imminent. It's days away. It's weeks away. But if people are still clinging to the notion that, I'm waiting for the motor, I'm waiting for God. I don't want to go in a motorboat. I mean, like, I'm waiting for Mashiach, but he has to fulfill the requirements in the Rambam set up. Does Trump have those requirements? Who cares? Who cares if he's the official Mashiach, the official Jesus? It has to come down, right? He has to be, it has to be. He's going to have to look a certain way. He's going to have that nice, long, flowing hair and all that other stuff. And the Mashiach has to have all these things in the Rambam. This is the complete liberation of mankind. They're all going down. This whole satanic force that had us fooled into thinking that this is real life. This is real life. You work 3 jobs. You'll never pay your bills. You got car payments. I mean, you saw with me. I had my truck repossessed. I couldn't make those car payments. Are you kidding me? They wanted $500 a month. What, are you serious? I mean, I took it. I mean, was it irresponsible of me? Absolutely. But I really needed a Jeep, and I'm really glad I had a Jeep for a year because we would have freaked out up here. We live at the end of the world, man. I mean, now I'm at a point. I've been here long enough that I'm like, listen, man, the big old truck is just fine. It'll get us there and back. Is it perfect? No, but it's fine for now. I don't need the Jeep anymore. This we are coming into, this is it. Just I don't know why I'm giving this particular rap, but why Saturday night we got to deal with Ellie getting all excited about. But this is the coming of the new age. This is the coming of you know, if you're waiting for a specific kind of person, you're waiting for, well, Mashiach, he has to be this and he has to be that, and he can't have, he can't be, and we'll know it's Jesus because he's riding on a donkey and all, and the Mahdi, who knows, a flying car, but what, this, this, this could very well be a deep state psyop. It could very well, I mean, based on everything else we've learned, it would make complete sense that this could be a psyop. That the deep state is like, well, these people will never feel they're being saved because Jesus didn't come, and these people will never feel they're saved, and they will hate these other people because Mashiach hasn't come, and these people are going to wait for the Mahdi, and you know, I, you, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so I don't want to get off on this tangent because, but XRP titled the RV. Yeah, I see. Wait, well, let me just see. Get to the more recent comments. Where we go? One, yeah. We want to be liberated from leftists, but this is so much bigger. That the leftists are just pawns. They're nothing. They're just the convenient face of evil. They're the puppets. The puppet masters are, we don't know. We have no idea. But here's another aspect. The account from this security guy in Venezuela said 20 guys came out of a couple of helicopters and killed 300 300 Venezuelan soldiers like that. They were just vaporized. They started bleeding through their nose, bleeding through their ears. The the United States military has weapons that it seems to me were given to them by the alliance, by the Galactic Federation, and because and this is kingship. President Trump is the king of the world. Whether you may say, well, he's not Jewish, so how could it be? I don't know, but he is. You still want to look, you're not happy. He's not riding the right donkey. He's not driving the right car. He's not, his hair color. I mean, King David had red hair. So if we as a civilization, we need to look to our Iranian brothers and sisters as the heroes of the modern world. We need to get a lesson from them. We need to get a set, man. We need to like stop complying, stop like worrying about, oh my gosh, if I can't pay my bills, I'm ruined. That's the matrix. The money is fake, but we're still playing by the rules. I got to make my insurance policy. I've been paying my policy for years. Listen, I'm not telling you to dump your insurance. I mean, I'm just saying I don't have insurance. I don't want to have it. I recognize it's a scam. I don't want to have anything to do with these people. Saying that things need to be this way or that way is just limiting the creator that will help you manifest. You must be flexible and open to opportunities to grab in order to move forward. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense because the wait a minute. I want to post this. How do I do that? Show. Yeah, because and that's true of our lives. That's true of our lives. If if we're in the flow, like for me, what does it mean to be in the flow? What does it look like? I'll tell you what it looks like for me. That may look like something completely different for you. This is what it means to me. At 5 o'clock this morning, I was in my bed and I went like this, and I was shown a vision. I mean, you could put it that way, or I just, let's say I thought, somehow the thought came into my mind, of how to build the roof on my well house. My well house is a triangle. The communication was, you are going to build a square roof on top of a triangle. Amazingly, I was able to go back to sleep because my body was like, I get these things at night, and usually they're telling me a lot of times about what I should be building next. And I spend my day, with screwdrivers and drills and saws and hammers and carrying boards that are 5 times as big as me. Humongous 20-foot boards. I'm schlepping around. I'm almost 71, and but this is me, my flow. This is where I'm like, I'm in the groove. I'm doing my purpose right now. That's what creation, or I feel like creation, wants me to be doing, as well as these broadcasts. I mean, these broadcasts are very important to my well-being. Yes, yeah, we can't limit. We can't. You're right. I totally get that. Um, Jerry Guts. Yeah. Hey, back on here. Sandra. Yeah. Hey, Sandra. The word is out not to mess with USA because of the military. Right. So that's what I was saying. That we have military that have things. I saw, we see it here every day. We see the fighter jets. They zip by us at ridiculous speeds. They just, and we wave at them. Yesterday I saw like like a big drone, just green drone with propellers, just like floating by. Uh, you know, so this is the king taking over the world. He's saying, I'm taking Greenland, whether you like it or not, and you're going to like it. The people in Greenland are going to like it for sure. The people in Canada are going to like it. The people in South America probably are going to like it. The people in Cuba are going to be dancing for joy. The people in Iran, the Persians, they're risking their lives every night. This is a revolution. It's not like an uprising. It's not a little protest. This is a revolution. And this revolution is occurring everywhere in the world right now, whether it be like it's quietly in the United States, it's noisy in Persia because they've been so oppressed by this demonic Islamic force, these creepazoid parasites who live off the work and sweat of others, like they do in Minnesota. These are creeps. These are parasites. We all know that all disease seems to come from parasites. And so too emotionally. These people are draining us. As Gianon just said, that trillions of dollars have disappeared from our wallets, our hard work. It's all good. Heard Trump would be king of the world years ago, and that Mexico, Canada would be part of the US. Yeah. And it's going to be. He is going into Mexico. He's going into Colombia. He's going to be taking over Canada. He's putting the Russians and the BRICS nations. He is king of the world. He is the king of the world. The Saudis did the sword dance. This is a king. If you want to wait for Mashiach, have at it, man. He doesn't fulfill the requirements for you. He fulfills the requirements for me. This is the liberation of mankind. We as people of this particular locale, in my opinion, need to just stop complying and stop buying into their stuff. Stop waiting in line at the DMV. Stop waiting on hold. The banks are frizzing out. They're, I mean, they offered me a credit card at Home Depot, 35%. Why don't you just put a gun to my head and tell me we want your money? I mean, this is the insanity of these parasites. They think that we just owe them. Anyway, okay, so let me go back to the thought stream. Well, let me just see what you guys are saying. He's already king, and yeah, he's already king of the world. Absolutely, I totally agree. There's not that many people in Greenland, right? Okay, at 75, I cannot do things the same way I did when I was younger, but I still do them in other ways, using the wisdom of experience and accepting results done in a different way. All things are possible. Okay, so with that in line, I want to just well, let's see. We do I do know that Trump is anointed and that he will be more anointed in the days and weeks ahead. It is so clear to see what he's following God's footsteps. And all. He's destroying the Satan. He's destroying the child traffickers, the adrenochrome lickers, the organ traffickers, the people who perpetrated the Holocaust vax against us, and the Holocaust disease, and the Holocaust treatments in all areas. He is exposing humanity to the evil that has been suffocating mankind for a long time. The light bulb, I found out when he was a Kabbalah guru while doing my research into all religions, past and present. That's cool, man. I'm glad you were seeing this, Ellie. Yeah. Well, thank you. I don't know. I never know what's going to pop out of my mouth, honestly. But we are on the cusp of real freedom, real sovereignty, and a real king. And what is the Jewish definition of a king? What makes Trump a king? And the answer is it's very simple. A true king has nothing of his own. He only works for the people. This man works 24/7. I mean, I can't even keep up with him, even in terms of like reporting. I can't possibly keep up with how fast he just goes. They just go into Bolivia. They just take out Iran's weaponry system. They're probably, they said they're doing strikes in Syria now. They are taking over the world with goodness, with respect, with they're taking out this evil satanic shadow governments that have had their boots on the necks of human beings for a long time. Face screen smiling, yeah. Starfire, hey, how you doing? No commission. Yeah, he doesn't get anything for this, man. I mean, what does he get? Even his stock is down. Even though I like that, because I'm just hoping in the next couple weeks, months, if I have a little cash, I can buy more DJT, because I certainly want to be in on the fusion project. Nuclear fusion has been a dream, but I really want to get in on free energy, especially up here. If we had a free energy machine, man, we'd be golden. I mean, I got my I still have to haul in propane, and I got water now, and the electric is finicky sometimes, but it works, thank God. I found out that officially I'm building an Earth ship. It's not really a house. I'm not gonna call it a house anymore. Apparently, it's more it's more appealing. It's more nouveau. I mean, it's more cutting edge to call it an Earth ship, because it's really not a house in the way one might think of a house. But yeah, at the door, eating cats, right? Eating cats. sure what you mean, but yeah. Anyway, so that's it, man. We got this. We are. You know, I'll just. I mean, I'll just go through the stories. But there was one story, the Somalian Wendy um, dwelling, dwelling place for Hashem, for God in this world. That's what we're built. They are. We are clearing the way for the age of Aquarius, for the age of for the return of who knows what. Um, the of Atlantis, of Lemuria, of Tartaria. We are. I mean, when I drive around here and I see all these, I can't unsee the fact that all these mountains look like tree stumps. That we had all these gigantic trees that were cut down, just like in that movie Avatar. That we had this connection, and the creeps probably cut down all these trees. Suggest. Oh, let me get here. Yeah. Magmov magnetic generator. Yeah, I have to go into it. I have enough to do really building my Earth ship right now. When Trump said they're eating cats, I would love a yeah. My place is egg shaped. It is egg shaped. It has a little triangle at the end for the bathroom. I didn't want it to be part of the egg for some reason. The old world a lot lately. Yeah. Good to see everybody. Barbara Bliss. Yeah. Great to see everybody. Great to be here. I'm shocked. I'm always shocked that I can sit in front of a microphone and have something to say. Because before I sit in front of the microphone, I have no idea. I have no connection to the being that you're seeing on the screen. I mean, the me that spends his day with pencils and saws and boards, and I just purchased some hay and clamshells in order to find out. And apparently, the other ingredient is wood ash. But apparently, there's a way to combine cooked clamshells with a little bit of Portland. Okay, I'll put in a little Portland, and to make walls from dirt. So I'm fulfilling the angst. I'm repairing the angst from Egypt that I have straw for my bricks. I bought some straw today. Yeah, thank you, Wade. Yeah, I hope I'm doing some good. I take a lot of comfort in what Caspa said yesterday. He took when we met him or 2 days ago. He said, we were talking about the numbers that we get on our shows, and he was like, he said, look, we just did 300 videos, cutting edge. Caspa and his partner, what's his partner's name? Gary. Caspa and Gary are brilliant beyond. I mean, I am nowhere near on their level, but they put out 300 videos. And he said to me, he says, that's nothing compared to you. I put out a lot of videos. I don't count my videos. But he said all those videos are out there so that when people wake up, they'll be able to just access all these videos. I never thought of that. It makes me feel better that, I mean, a lot of my videos have been canceled by YouTube, but I always put them on. Well, now I post them on X, but I have everything on Rumble. So even though the people, I use that term loosely, the 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 beings that run YouTube that have canceled me 14 plus times or whatever, they will have to deal with whatever. Anyway, it's just it's a comforting thought to think that it wasn't all just for I mean, there's no, I don't get paid. I mean, but it's not, I do get paid emotionally, and I do get paid spiritually, and I do get paid in that I get to have the coolest life I could possibly imagine. Um, Freedom should be our new anthem. Oh, thanks. Thank you so much. I just got back from Costa Rica. I'm building a house like you. Oh, that's wonderful. Costa Rica is supposed to be a paradise, a great place to build a house. Demons. Yeah, it's demons. It's really demons. They're they're other dimensional beings like I forget the big squids that hang out. I forget what they're called again, but anyway, we're coming into some amazing things. I want to take a brief, give a brief message from our sponsor, LifeWave, and I want to tell a quick story about LifeWave because I think it is a pivotal part of this awakening, at least for me and people around me. Why is that? Why is LifeWave? I have a little one on me. Why are these patches so important? It's not just that they are empowering, give you energy, heal whatever needs to be healed. It's it's that like investing. Well, I always say you need to invest. It's not necessarily that you're going to be a multimillionaire. That's really not the point. The point is that you now feel like you're in control of something, that you get to choose what you invest in. And so too with this patch, you get to choose this. And in doing that, not investing in your insurance in case your car breaks down or you get sick, you want to, pay a lot of money in case you get sick, which kind of says like, I'm investing all this money in my own sickness. That's insurance. Or I'm investing all this money in my own death, God forbid. These patches, when you invest in this technology, you're saying to yourself, I want to get healthy. I want to get out of the matrix. In the matrix, they've been feeding us over processed food, too much sugar, too much carbohydrates, too much bread and pastries and all this other stuff that is not nutritious. So when I invest in this direction and I say to myself, okay, man, I'm patching every week. Oh, let me just put up the contact information, at least for me. Um, right. So when I put the patch on, I'm saying that like, well, I can put the patch on, but I can eat garbage all day, and I can take the regular medicine that makes me sick. And I can. No, it empowers you. It sets your directional, just like when you're an investor, or just like when you decide not to pay for the opposite of life insurance. You say, "Well, I don't want to. I don't want to be non alive. I don't want that. I don't want to invest in that. I want to say, I want to be alive. I want to be young. I want to be able to do things. I'm almost 71. I want to be able to finish my Earthship. I want to be able to grow the trees that I love trees. I love growing things. I love I love the creative processes that are involved. But if you invest in the life wave, you're saying to yourself, I'm not going to eat shitty food anymore. I can't do it. I'm investing in my health. And so I'm using a case. I hope I'm not offending anyone, but Daniela's mother is starting to patch, and her father. And now they're saying, well, what should I be eating? Because they don't know. No one's taught them. It's not their fault. Well, we're saying, well, it's good to eat a lot of fats. It's good to eat fatty meats. It's good to eat things that are not produced. It's good to eat things that you make yourself. It's not good to eat things most things from the grocery store now. So when we go to visit Daniela's mother, and we have to bring our own pots and pans because we don't want to eat from a Teflon device. We want to eat from a stainless steel or a cast iron pot. That that tells them, oh, I have to, it's not just the LifeWave patch. That's just the beginning. That's part of this process of investing in healing and not the opposite of healing, which is insurance for being sick. So it sets you into a process that I think is really important. So I encourage everyone, or I invite everyone to try the patches, try X39. I just, another thing that I noticed recently, I reversed my X39 and my X49. I put X49 where I usually put X39, and I'm feeling very different. And I put on some Eon. This is actually Eon, which fights inflammation, and I feel great today. I mean, my little physical aches and pains that I sometimes get a little wisp of are gone. That's how powerful these patches are. They're really powerful. For me anyway, it could be that it takes you a while to really experience it, that you have to detox as part of the process. But let me just play a little clip and then we'll get back to the thought stream. Here.
A life empowered is closer than you think. We're all looking for a better way. Reimagine what's next with a new sense of exuberance. Why not power on like you mean it? Or power off blissfully? A better sleep is a better awake. You've never moved like this before. With the energy nature intended. Imagine reprogramming the way you look at the speed of science. At longevity. At exhilaration. It's next level rejuvenation. Take control of your well-being from the inside out and outside in. The light within is ready to ignite. Be the light. LifeWave.
Yes. So anyway, thank you very much for those of you who have supported us. I'm going to be doing a show tomorrow morning at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 12 in the morning, with my friend Shelby. We're going to do just a quick review of her experience with LifeWave, and I'm going to be able to share her website address so people could sign up under her. I'm trying to do this for as many people as possible. I want people to join us in sharing this product. It's good for people. It's good for their health to set them in the right direction so they can start asking questions about how do I eat? What water can I drink? Can I drink out of a plastic bottle? Should I be wearing clothes that are natural? What?
You mean 11 o'clock, not 12?
No, that's her time.
Where
Eastern
she lives?
Standard Time.
Where she lives?
No, Eastern. She lives in
Where she-
California. It's
That's
a
not Eastern. California's not Eastern.
right. No, but if it's 9 o'clock,
No,
If-
if
it's 11 o'clock,
here,
it's 10 o'clock by her. It's 11 o'clock here, so it'll be 1 o'clock
What are you talking about?
in Eastern Time.
You said California.
No, I'm not talking about California. It's 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'll be talking to Shelby. No, Eastern Standard. We go by Eastern Standard Time. We don't go by California time. Okay, anyway, I'll be doing a show tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I stand corrected. Daniela knows she's very precise, and I sometimes get a little loosey goosey, so I apologize. You want to live long and prosper. That's exactly right. And that's what this is about. It's about setting yourself in the right direction. It's about investing in your own health, investing in your own wealth. And if you want to pursue this as a business, we will help you in any way we can. But I like to bring people online. I want people to sign up under people. You might want to hang out with Daniela, for example. You might want to sign up under her. You might want to sign up under Grant because he's a cool dude. You might want to sign up under Norman. You might want to sign up under Shelby. But all these friends of ours should experience prosperity and good health, and be able to share this with their friends. Let me just put a few more things from the. Let me take this off. But yeah, if you want, you can call. I invite you to call Dr. Stacy or just sign up under me. Tomorrow, you'll know Shelby's address. You could sign up under her. I'm sorry. Okay, let's go back to the thought stream. There was something I wanted to share. Right, breaking. Starlink cracks the digital blackout. Leaked videos from Tehran. So Starlink is leading the way. Why isn't this front page of the New York Times? Because the New York Times is um, Stammer literally has a lower approval rate than Maduro. Okay, that's in England. He's going down next, and he's also canceling the internet. Starlink hacks Iran's blackout. The firewall is falling. Okay, Brian Cates, it will be all over soon. These people will be gone. Trump will invoke the Insurrection Act after he proves the elections that allowed these literal criminals to seize control are all rigged and have been rigged for years. You will see them tried by military tribunals for what they have done in making war on their fellow Americans on behalf of a hostile foreign power, and I would say of a hostile force that we can't see, an unseen hand that is evil itself. Supreme Court stated that the decision for the tariffs will be given on January 14th. They changed their mind because Trump said, "I'm going to do it no matter what they say. Nothing can stop what's coming." Trump is limiting usury credit card rates at 10%. Trump banned BlackRock from buying homes. Trump ended FEMA quarantine camps. Trump removed mercury from vaccines. Trump reduced optional childhood vaccine schedule from 72 to 11. He's set to eliminate income tax, the golden age, the great reset. New World Order is over. The Duke of MAGA. Okay, so there was a something in here that I'm not able to find now, but the Democrats are going to get what they want. ICE will be leaving the major cities. When they do, they will be replaced with Marines and the National Guard. Enjoy the show. That's a great post. Persians are not Arabs, and Iran was not a Muslim country. They were conquered by Islam. The world is watching them liberate themselves from it with no guns, limited internet, and some hot chicks smoking cigarettes. What a time to be alive. But this possibly the most important thing is that the U.S. Department of Labor is putting out Q posts. Okay, let me just see. There was one article that I really wanted to share. I think it's right here. Well, yeah, it was this one. National Guard troops reportedly heading to Fort McCoy, Wisconsin, just a stone's throw from Minneapolis. David Clements, I think he's the traditional banking industry is heading towards a major breakdown. For years, President Trump has spoken about corruption in the Federal Reserve. The shift ahead is towards a quantum financial system supported by silver-backed assets. The uprisings in Iran, the Insurrection Act, right? And I guess that's it. I'm not sure what it was. This is pretty interesting. Did science just discover where dreams really come from? What if your dreams aren't just stories made by your brain, but real events happening somewhere else? A new scientific report is sending shockwaves around the world after researchers suggested that dreams may be windows into a hidden layer of reality. According to their analysis, the dreaming mind might act like a bridge connecting our physical world to an alternative domain where experience exists on their own. This idea is forcing many to rethink what dreams truly are and why some feel so real. All right, so that's really I there was I guess I must have covered whatever it was that I thought was important. I must have covered. But I think the end result, the conclusion of this particular video is that we have a king, and if you're waiting for the king to come in a certain form, you might be waiting a long time. But this is obviously the freedom. No vaccines for anyone. I agree. I agree. There are no safe vaccines. I agree with you. Electrical connections, everything. Nothing can stop what's coming. A lot of good, yeah, a lot of really good news. Derek Johnson, Law of War Manual, the plan, right. Yeah, I love Derek's work. I actually got to meet him once, but 11.3 that says when the occupying force can no longer control the population. Look at Iran. That's when the military can step in. Reiki, yeah, I love Reiki. I actually became a Reiki practitioner years ago, but I haven't used it. But yeah, it's a lot of really good news. It is definitely happening. I'm gonna play the Freedom Song because somebody mentioned it before. One of you lovely people mentioned the Freedom Song. I think I played it 2 nights ago, but I'm gonna play it. We are coming into the. They tried to bury us with fear and shame, but our roots grew stronger as we reached into the air with freedom. It's about freedom. It's about, please God, if this broadcast is broadcasting in Iran, know that we in America have nothing but respect and love for the people of Iran who are rising up against this tyrannical force. Okay, this tyrant has many different faces. They're liberals. They are the New World Order people. They are demons. They are Satanists. They are reptilians. We don't even know, but we will. I'm sure we will find out. What is it? What is Waldo?
Something like
Huh?
that. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Um, so yeah, the Waldo thing. Okay, so that's the shirt. Nothing. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, it's all good. Use the disclaimer. Okay, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a physicist. I'm just a simple off grid dude trying to do my best, do my part in this incredible revolution. But the Iranian revolution, they are going to win. Nothing can stop what's coming. It's going to spread to England. Cuba's going down. All these communists, China, Russia will be begging Trump to this new organization of creation will be amazing. So if you're waiting for the Messiah to come, man, in my opinion, you don't have to wait anymore. You're good to go. All right, so let me play the tune. Waking up on the front porch, Sunday at dawn. The night was hotter than hell and forever long. I can see the first light breaking through the trees. I feel the changes in the cool breeze of freedom. It's a new morning. We never saw it coming, hiding in plain sight. Banksters taking power, stealing our lives. They were looking to bury us in debt, shame and fear. But our roots grew stronger as we reached into the air with freedom. Freedom. And it's a new morning. It's a new with each day we're rising up in this world with the power of love, with the power of peace, the power of joy, the power of truth, and the power of It's a new morning. It's a new morning. It's a new morning.
This video is going to be
Sorry about that. Anyway, I think it's happening, and Trump is king. He's if you're looking for the Messiah, and you think it's somebody else, all power to you, man. It's all good. You can have as many messiahs as you want, but this is the total liberation of mankind. It's happening. It is suddenly really shown its shape. As Q says, the first arrest will show the direction. I think I'm just saying maybe Maduro, maybe not. It doesn't even matter. But the direction is clear, and they are pouncing like a wild animal. On we saw a javelina when we were driving into town, a pretty big javelina. Anyway, I don't know if you know javelinas. They're like pigs, wild pigs. Anyway, it is happening, but know that you are so important. And by the way, I totally support you guys doing Zoom calls together. I'm so happy that I could be of any kind of influence or help to anyone that where you actually get together. I mean, people are meeting with Brian Best at his coffee house. Don't forget Brian's incredible coffee. I've been drinking all kinds of different. He sends me all these. He's so nice, so sweet. But anyway, yeah, he's just like amazing, and Corinne too. So anyway, yeah. Uh, so just know that you are the one. Okay, yeah, that's not to say that Trump is the one and you are not. We're all involved in this massive movement of liberation, and it's a new morning. So May force be with you. May you realize that you are the force. You are Neo. You are the one. I'm not saying that he is and you aren't. We're all, where we go one, we go all. We are all in on this amazing liberation of mankind. I salute my brothers and sisters in Iran. You're an amazing, like, example for the world, and we're so happy to be on the same planet as you, and we're looking forward to greeting you with open arms. And you are our brothers and sisters, and we will do what we can. I'm sorry for the mainstream media, but these are shameless parasites, demonic entities that will have no existence in the new world, our new the great awakening. So let's get out there with a big smile on our face and rock the world.